I've been here 27 years now, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I started my label career as a radio promotion guy doing pop music around the Midwest, and lived in Cincinnati for 4 years, actually grew up there, but did promotion in Cincinnati, and then went to Detroit for a year, and then to Minneapolis, and then switched into sales for a brief time, and ended up working for Arista Records doing marketing for the famous Clive Davis. So I was working with Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin, Grateful Dead, Milli Vanilli, Barry Manilow, a whole bunch of people like that. And about that same time that I started, the company embarked on a very aggressive growth plan. And Clive started LaFace Records with L.A. Reid and Babyface, and he started Bad Boy with Puff Daddy, and he started Arista Nashville. And I was working with all three of them because they didn't really know how to do anything except make music. They didn't know how to market it. And I fell in love with the people in Nashville. And Tim Dubois, who ran the division, quickly offered me a chance to come here to Nashville and run 1/3 of his very tiny company. And I said no twice over a period of time. And the third time he insisted that I come down and stay with them for a couple of days, and I was happy to, but I had no intention of taking the job. And I was here 4 hours and decided I wanted the job. The thing that I always knew about Nashville was that the artists were nicer and they were easier to deal with, but I had no idea how nice and how easy they were going to be to deal with. And immediately I fell in love with everyone. There's just a more human spirit in this town and in the industry in this town than there is in the New York, LA pop scene. And actually, when I accepted the position at Universal, the merger had not been announced, nor did I even suspect that there was a merger in the makings. I knew one thing, that our parent company at Capitol, EMI, was falling apart. So that wasn't going to last very long. So the offer to come to Universal was an easy one to accept, because there wasn't going to be a Capitol, standalone Capitol anymore. But it wasn't until weeks after I signed my intent to come over that I heard that there was a plan underway to actually purchase EMI and to rejoin me with my Capitol artists and possibly and probably my Capitol staff. So.
The sky looks good on that neon buzzing on the wall, but darling, it don't match your eyes.
My relationship with the artist now is not quite as intimate as it was when I ran Capitol. Capitol was a smaller company with a smaller roster. At the most, we had 14 artists. When we merged these companies, we had 35 artists. So my life and my responsibility has changed dramatically. And while I try to stay as hands-on as possible with the music, it's not always possible. But I do the best I can. Well, we had a great showing at the CMA Awards, and it's a wonderful thing. Although I don't put a lot of personal cred behind those awards, and I really go out of my way to remind the staff that win or lose in these situations, there's a lot of things that go into someone's decision to vote one way or another, and whether we win any or we win none, we know that the job that we've done, and we know how hard we've worked, and we know that we are winners. And this year in particular, we just happened to win a lot of awards. So it's very gratifying to be recognized that way. But ultimately, it's the work that we do every day and the numbers that we put on the board every day that make the difference for me, and I think for everybody else here. But it's a really wonderful thing to have a big night like that and be recognized the way we were. Anything else? I love working with 84 people here. And I love every one of the people here, and they all really just do a great job because they come in here every day ready to kick ass for you. I think the biggest motivator for me at this late stage of my career is the fact that literally every day is different than the day before.
Give me a